Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Don't let a piece of change rob you of your peace of mind. Don't let a piece of change, a little money, rob you of your peace of mind. The new year is fast approaching, and it's going to be filled with a lot of new challenges. We have heard it coming all along. Financial challenges, even where to keep our finances. Is it going to be in a bank? Is it going to be under your sofa? Under your mattress, maybe? Or in a coffee can out under the oak tree? Where exactly are we going to store our finances? If we leave our finances in the bank, they're closing, a lot of them. And there's still a chance that when you go to get your money, they'll say, the system is down right now and we can't access anything. I don't think the electric company, water, sewage, all of the things we have to pay are concerned about whether the bank can access your money. They just know you owe them, and if you don't pay them, click, click. So we have a lot of things that we're facing in 2025 that may be a little disturbing, can make you quite uneasy, trying to figure out what if? What if this happens? What if that happens? A lot of what ifs to be worried about. Social Security, oh, you name it. AI, will I still have my job or will they have a robot doing it for me? You know, it's a lot. Job insecurity is one of the things that you can end up feeling very desperate, like you have to do something and you have to do it now. It can make you somewhat irrational in your thought processes. So it's a little dangerous to start speculating which road you're going to take to get out of it. Especially if you're trying to keep your job and you're trying to think of other ways that could supplement that. They don't always end up being good ideas. They could lead you down another path of additional problems. So it's that wallet. It can really get you in a lot of trouble if you don't stay focused and try to be level-headed. Then we have a lot of scams and fraudulent opportunities, preying on us. Everybody has this great idea to get rich quick. It usually takes people 2 years, but I can do it in 30 days. Now, when you come across those type of situations that it seems like it's too good to be true, that's usually what it is. It's too good to have any truth in it. Because when you see so many people grinding for years and years to get something to happen, and then sometimes it does happen in 2 or 3, sometimes it might be longer. But usually by the time you get there, when you take the normal route to do it, you learn so much in the process. You know what not to do again. You know which route not to take again, because that didn't work out the first time. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to go around that mountain again. But that quick 30 days, less than 21 days, it's usually some fluke to it. It's just trying to get you to, come on board. And it's usually not to benefit you. It's to benefit the person that's trying to get you to come on board in some shape, form, or fashion. And they know when you're desperate. They watch the news just like we do. And they've already thought out a plan because they're feeling like, I need to do this to keep my boat afloat. So quite naturally, they're going to hang all the beautiful tinsel on it, make it shiny, and look like the perfect thing to come on board. But a lot of time that leads to a lot of having to undo some things that wouldn't have been messed up and tangled up in the first place if you just kept a level head and not be so deep in fear of losing something. Got to keep in contact with God truly, because it can be so many curveballs thrown at you that you just don't know whether to duck or run. And that's when they pounce on you. That's when they close in on you then, because they know you don't know which way to go, because you're getting this report over here about this is going to happen, and you get a report over there. I mean, it's so many. I'm going to try to go through as many of them as I can. All right, our telephones are not our friends anymore. They're telling us not to text. And half of us have a syndrome in our thumbs because we do so much texting nowadays. And to tell you to go cold turkey and stop texting is like, well, how in the world am I going to communicate? That's my form of communication. Another fear. Phones are being tapped. Information being leaked. Stolen. Sometimes I can get a message on my phone and I say, who in the world is that? And they're talking to you, like they know you and everything, oh yeah, did you work today? Don't recognize the number, but they want to know if I work today. So is that some type of way of getting someone to answer the question before they even know who they're talking to, so they can find out what your status is? Are you employed, unemployed? You know what I mean? It's just so crafty. You don't know. I know when I see stuff like that, I just go ahead and delete it. If I don't recognize the number and they're asking me personal questions about something, pretending that they know me, I just delete it. I don't even want to respond to it because it might link us up some type of way, So I don't mess with it. And especially on this platform, you have people who they monitor to see who is popular, has a lot of followers, or maybe if they aren't large followers, but they are very loyal followers, and they see that your platform is moving pretty well, they would like to probably offer you some deals. You have to watch out for those deals because they may not benefit you. You're thinking that it may bring a lot in for you as far as finances. But then when you look at it closer, you'll find out that their cut is going to limit you and not really benefit you, but you're doing all that hard work to keep your channel up. So you need to really consider those types of offers, whether they will be beneficial or not. I know I'm going to fine tooth comb any and everything if somebody offers me something like that. It just pays to be safer than to just jump on it because it's an opportunity. Opportunities can go south too. You have to just look beyond someone offering you something and see what the true benefit is going to be. Is it going to mean harder work for you for less? Or would it be more viable for you to get something on your own? You know, you need to think about things like that. Because once you get into those types of contracts, it's almost like you're a hamster on a wheel. You just running and running and running, checking, trying to see is it going to be up or down. And you look and you run some more. You check the analytics and see if it, and you're back on the wheel. You know, is that peace? It's not peace of mind at all. So that should be really looked at very closely to find out, is it beneficial to me, or am I just going to have to grind even harder to make things happen? Your channel will be sought after, but you will have a lot more restrictions. Now, I think they're really going to tighten up because YouTube is very popular. To tell you the truth, I can't tell you when I've looked at regular television. I get most of my contact information on what's going on. You have to vet everything that you see, though, you know, because they'll tell you, somebody come across the screen and they'll tell you somebody has kicked the bucket. And then when you go behind and follow up on that, it's not true. They're somewhere having lunch somewhere or something. You know, people do anything these days. So you can't really take everything you hear to be true, but you do get a lot of truth from YouTube. A lot. And so it's going to be one of those platforms that people are going to, you know, be seeking after to try to hook you up or get you into something. You know what I mean? And if you don't understand all of the fine print with these agreements, I guess you would say, what, contracts? What do they call it? It's some type of financial agreement or some type of agreement of what your platform is allowed to do, or how they want you to represent their information. And you have to expose it. Anytime someone comes to you with a deal, you have to make sure you expose that information, because it's a lot of legal stuff tied up in that. If you don't admit that you have an endorsement, you know, you're representing someone, it's going to be a lot of litigation in 2025, because somebody's always going to be looking for a loophole where they can say, she missed that. Oh, he missed that. And pounce. Because that can be financially, you know, a way of building finances by suing somebody. And if you're somebody who's not rolling like that, that can be detrimental. So then you got to think about, oh, should I go ahead on and establish an LLC, or, you know, you get into that. And then that takes you down another road as well. But I think it is important to consider those types of things when your platform gets to that point, because you want to be protected. And being that you can be sued about certain things, it's best to understand that whole process. If you have to get an attorney, hire an attorney just to get you up to snuff about how it's run. You know, what happens? What if this? What if that? You know, it's best to be in the know about those types of things, because you are very well, you know, in a very great possibility that you could be sued about something. Whether it's something you say, you didn't realize you shouldn't say that. You know, I mean, when you think about restrictions on speech, I think during that times, those 3 years when we couldn't go outside and we had to look like, you know, bandits with nothing showing but our eyes, we couldn't even say the name of the situation that was going on. We couldn't even say it. And how can the whole world be affected by it and then we can't say it? That was the strangest thing to me. I mean, globally, we knew what it was, but, well, don't say it. Don't you say it. Now, isn't that restriction and, being silenced? You can't even state the obvious. Maybe more of that coming. It just may be more of that coming. Then, if we find ourselves leaning more on what we think we can do in our own power, because we just that smart, we're going to figure this thing out and work our way right on out of this corner that we're in, and not take it to the Lord. If we try to do it ourselves and not take it to the Lord, it's going to be even more difficult to work yourself out of that, if you ever can. So the scripture that I am going to focus on is Isaiah 26, verses 3 through 4. Isaiah chapter 26, verses 3 through 4. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. So he said he will keep us in perfect peace if we just keep our minds focused on him. Trust him. And that's where we're going to find our strength to keep going. And not be so worried and so fearful that we're not going to make it out of any situation that we get in. Because that is the doorway to a lot of trouble, a lot of hardship, and a lot of things that you really have to work double time, triple time, quadruple time to get out of. When if you had just went to the Lord in the first place and asked the Lord, what should I do about this? I have this to pay and it's due by such and such, and it doesn't look like anything is working out for me. What can I do, Lord? I know I can trust you. I know you can bring me out. So just let me know, what should I do? And he will. He will, and he will bring you out of it. Maybe not Johnny on the spot when you want him to, but he's never missed a beat. As the song says, he may not come when you want him, but he's always right on time. And that is true. So 2025 is coming, fast approaching. I mean, quick fasting in a hurry. So we just have to prepare ourselves, for these new challenges. Be aware that they're coming, We have to try to curtail the fear of thinking that we're going to be at a loss. What are we going to do? Am I going to be able to have my job? Are my finances secure? For some people who are coming into retirement age, they're wondering, am I going to be able to make it with all of these different things going on, cuts here and the way they do it, it's going to be a cut. Oh, they said it's not going to be a cut. And, the information is coming so sporadically, it makes you so uncomfortable when you try to hold on to something that's solid that's being said, and then the next minute is ripped right away from you. That's the way to keep you in fear. But we have to just focus on the Lord. He knows the outcome before we do anyway. So we need to just let that burden go, put it at the feet of the Lord, and let him deal with it. Stay away from all of the get rich quick stuff. It's just a trap. It's just a loophole to take you further in. And don't fall for every contract they want you to sign on that line and agree to do something. Fine tooth comb it. I mean, don't miss a beat. You look at everything. Everything in that contract that's being presented. And anything that you don't understand, don't sign. Don't sign, don't agree until you have full understanding. And it may cost you some money if you need some legal advice with someone, but it'll probably be a whole lot less money than you would lose by going into a contract or an agreement that you don't fully understand what's being expected of you, or the terms that they can have on their end that you don't understand. And you could lose everything. You could really lose everything. So, don't get into any type of contracts that you don't understand. And know that you'll probably get a lot of offers, because YouTube I think is going to be even more sought after. These platforms are going to be even more popular. So you have to be careful about who approaches you. And it looks like we're going to have to learn a whole lot of new ways to communicate because of the restrictions on what we say. We have to really get on board to get around those type of traps. Got to be cognizant about everything, actually. But the main thing we need to remember is to lean on God. Keep him in our mind first and foremost. Know that he will handle any problems that we have. We need to go to him, stay in contact with him. So by the time we talk to him about it, he'll already know that you trust him and that you're going to come to him for the answer. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be sporadic and make quick, fast, and in a hurry decisions that may be detrimental down the road. We have to lean on the spiritual and not lean on what we can see. There's no stability in what we can see. That's just it's just a smoke screen, actually. Because a lot of times when something is going on in this world, they only want you to see what they want you to see. And they're very good at that. Very good at you seeing just what they want you to see. They know how to work that whole program out. You're going to start off telling them this, and then we're going to lead up to this. And while they're looking at this, over there is going to be something else going on. And then once they think they've made their way through this one, this little situation that they were worried about, boom, we're going to hit them from the left. Boom, we're going to hit them from the right with something else, just to keep you unstable. But know that is Satan's job. When you start feeling like that, you say, oh, okay, he's at work. He's at work. Let me go and talk to the master. Let me go and talk to the Lord about it, so he can give me my game plan, my battle plan. So, 2025, come on. We ready. The Lord is leading the way. And he's got our back. Isn't that something? We serve a God that he can be ahead and leading you and behind you in the rear. Picking up any stragglers or whatever that might decide that they want to be, and picking up the rear, coming up in the back. He got you both ways. Left, right, front, back. So we're going to make it. We're going to make it. And I don't care if the grocery stores start closing and it seems like there's no one near to get the food that you need, the resources that you need. God's got it. Everything out here belongs to him. He has cattle upon 1,000 hills. All of it belongs to him. And we his children. So that means that he can provide for us. Right? Isn't that what a good father does? So we're going to see 2025 come in. We're going to be happy about it because God has blessed us to come this far, and he didn't bring us this far to leave us. Okay, saints? So thank you so much for stopping by again. And I hope your new year is great. Absolutely wonderful. And keep your mind stayed on Jesus, because we're not going to let a little change, a little dirty lucre, take away our peace of mind. All right, saints. Thank you for stopping by. And come and see me again. God bless you.